this journey is coming to an end. Our last step will lead us to action. In this step of the deploy phase, we will define the master plan and the actions deriving from it. For this, we will use the master plan template. In it, we will set the strategy, conceive our road to market, and determine the necessary actions to deploy it. Let's start with the strategy setting. Concerning this section, there are several factors to consider. We must define our mission, values, and our competitive strategy. We need to be aware of the main competitors we face and define the short and long-term goals for our business, as well as the initial investment and potential growth areas. This is actually how we went about this for the StartUB Innovation Toolkit. We want to become a reference for anyone looking to start their innovation and entrepreneurial journey. Our values are centered around adaptability, creativity, and inclusivity. We really want this to be a tool for all. We deploy a differentiation strategy based on flexibility to substitute and/or complement existing tools provided by independent agencies, institutions, or universities. In the short term, we will develop the complementary products, such as the training, and we will focus on raising awareness for the toolkit. More in the long term, we aim to expand this tool into new markets and segments, as we have spotted growth opportunities in this area. We also believe the toolkit will potentially serve as a tool for private companies' needs. The second area to complete in the master plan is the road to market. Here, we consider the target market, we define our position, and product storytelling. That is, how we will explain our product to our audience. We will also define our pricing models and sales strategies, and we will choose specific media channels to reach our audience. Finally, it is important to take into consideration what will be key for customer management and identify potential prescribers and gatekeepers for the product. Regarding the road to market for the Innovation Toolkit, we proceeded as follows. As we stated before, our main targets were professors, entrepreneurs in the making, and facilitators. Our positioning attributes include usability, flexibility, and sustainability, and as our product storytelling, we will focus on the premise of develop innovations fast and effectively. Concerning the pricing model, the digital version will be available for free, and the training will be charged on the unit base. Our sales strategy will focus on direct sales and a strong social media presence while using the current UB network and some PR events as our media channels. Additionally, the keys to customer management will be based on not only attracting new customers, but retaining existing ones. That is, making sure they continue to use the toolkit in their innovation endeavors. Finally, we must consider two main profiles in our selling process: prescribers and gatekeepers. Prescribers can help us promote the use of the toolkit and its related products. In this category, we find existing entrepreneurs, professors who can promote it towards students, or facilitators who will use our tools in their workshops. However, some of these profiles can also act as gatekeepers. That is the case of professors or facilitators who can prevent the product from getting known within their network. To make a difference, we must transform ideas into realities. It is time to draw up the plan. This is the final step before you start deploying your new business or project. Make sure to be as specific as you can and to keep validating your hypothesis throughout the process. No action is final, so you can always pivot into a new strategy if that will suit your goals better. Let's have a look at the master plan actions. In your action plan, you will first derive specific actions from your goals. Remember that there might be more than one specific action associated with each goal. Once the actions are defined, identify the key success factors, the time frame for implementation, and the person responsible for the action to be deployed. Additionally, you must detect the key resources necessary to implement the action and estimate a budget for it. As a final step, you must define the key metrics that will allow you to measure these actions, as well as the expected outcomes for these measurements. In this toolkit, we have included a set of metric cards that will allow you and your team discuss and assess what the best metrics are to assess your actions. Remember, focus on a few amount of metrics as time is limited and resources are scarce. Let's take some of our actions as an example. As mentioned earlier, we will develop complementary products to this digital platform. For example, the facilitation training and the physical version of the toolkit. As a first action, we will focus on the conceptualization of the facilitation training. This action will be finalized by September 2023, and I will be responsible for it. Some of the key resources that will be necessary is the finalization of the digital platform and the graphic design of all the components of the toolkit. As a key metric for this, we have defined time control. Our desired outcome is to prevent any delays, and this action is pending on being started at the moment. So this is it, we close the circle. But don't forget to keep reviewing your master plan as well as any other decision you made throughout the process. Environments are complex and continuously changing, so we must always be ready for what's next.